Jen are so pumped that you guys are here. My name is Marianne, and I'm going to share with you guys just a little bit about my story. And Jen's going to share a little bit about her story. And, I believe everything happens for a reason, and you're on this call for a reason. And, maybe you're looking for just a total overhaul, right, with your life. Or maybe you're just looking for something to enhance your life, but I know you can find it in this opportunity, you guys. And, Jen and I have very different stories, but I know you're going to find something that you can relate to. And I hope that you leave whatever your goal is encouraged to go out there and chase your dream. And so I am a mom of five. I live in Florida. We are roasting. It is crazy hot right now with no rain. And I truly, you guys, am so thankful for this opportunity because 3.5 years ago, we were looking for a way to dream again as a family. We were looking for a way to provide for five kids, those extras, weddings one day for three of my girls. So my youngest is 4, going on 14, and my oldest is going to be 15 this summer. And so 3.5 years ago, my husband had a good job, but there was a lot of month, right? And have you ever felt like that? Like there's a lot of month and maybe not, enough to get you to the end. And I had has anybody ever been with any kind of a company before, any kind of network marketing or direct sales? Put a 1 in the comments if you've ever done network marketing before. So I actually grew up in a family of network marketing. My mom joined a company when I was 13. So I believed in this opportunity because it did wonders for our family and it provided so many extras, paid for my wedding. And so I started working at 18. And it was great until we had to hold a lot of parties and we had to have inventory. And it was great until I started having babies. And I wanted to be at home with them and I didn't want to be gone nights and weekends holding parties. I also really didn't like having to bug my friends to hold a party. And I felt like I was gone all the time. And so Drew and I decided, you know what, we're going to just budget and we're going to be a 1 income family and this is going to be totally fine. And it was fine for about 5 minutes until my, Target shopping trips were gone. And until, it was like, and I started very quickly looking for a way to supplement our income. And so I thought maybe I would start blogging. I thought maybe that would be the answer. Turns out I'm a terrible blogger, but it led me to Instagram. And on Instagram, I learned about Plexus. And I started following Clean House with Kids who not only shared about how to have a clean house with kids, but also started sharing about the pink drink and how it was changing everything for her family. And I was super intrigued. Another part of my story, we had childcare issues. So my 8-year-old, when he was, let's see, how old was he? Almost 8 weeks old, had an anaphylactic reaction to formula and he was life flighted. We didn't know if he was going to make it. He was sedated for 2 days because his throat had completely closed. We didn't know it was a milk allergy at the time because this is at Shands, UF. Hospital, had never, ever, ever seen a baby do this before. And it changed everything for our life. All of a sudden, childcare providers that couldn't just leave him with anybody. It was very expensive to raise this child, medical bills, food. And so when I started Plexus, my question was, not only did I not want to be gone nights and weekends because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I actually couldn't leave him with anybody. We had no childcare. And so I said, if I can really do this business from my phone, from social media, then I'm in. Like, if you're telling me the truth, and you guys, it has been the blessing. He now is a thriving 8-year-old, and it's so cool the opportunities I'm able to provide for him because of Plexus. And so with a lot of fear in my heart, because I was scared about what people would think. I was scared because I felt like I'd already done something like that before, and people would be like, oh, what's she doing now? But then I quickly realized that none of those people were paying for his medical stuff. None of those people were paying off my credit cards, right? And so what did I have to lose? So you guys, I started, I was scared and I didn't know if I could do it. But in my first month, I made a little over $1,000. And I remember my husband and I were like, oh my goodness, like this could be it. And within 9 months, I was making a 6-figure income, had earned the Plexus Lexus, and then it was a trip to Hawaii. I was able to take my 2 oldest on it, my 2 oldest girls, and spend that mother-daughter time with them. And y'all, it has been the biggest blessing. And I am a firm believer, you know, my mom taught me a lot of things. And one of the things that she taught me is that money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys choices. And the choices that our family has today to live debt-free. My husband is home with me, and he's going to be starting his own business now. So he doesn't have to work for the man anymore. I love that it's summertime and we can completely make our schedule. I don't have to find childcare. I can completely work my business around my family and not my family around my business. And I love that freedom. And you guys, so that $1,000, I'm going to talk money just for a minute, went from $1,000 a month to last month over $53,000 commission. And yes, that is real, you guys. And I tell you this because what other opportunity can you see a growth like that in 3.5 years? Do I work? Yes. Do I love it? Yes. And you know what I think is so special about this opportunity? It's not just me making that paycheck. We have so many 6-figure earners on our team and so many coming up, you guys. And, you know, with a lot of companies, I feel like there's the people at the top and then there's everybody else, right? But it is not like that on our team, and not like that in this company. So it's absolutely incredible. So you guys, here's the deal. I know you can't unhear what you just heard, right? I know probably the wheels are turning and you're like, is this girl for real? But it is. And so I started sharing on Instagram, and one of my amazing followers who I didn't know reached out to me, Jen Cobb, and said, tell me about Plexus. And she is one of the most incredible women. I am so thankful to have her in my life. And Jen is one of the top diamonds in all of Plexus now. But that was just 3 years ago, 2 years. I don't even know the time. It was basically summer of like 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago. So I'm excited for her to share her story, because maybe you've been following somebody like I was following Trisha and Jen was following me, and you're thinking, could I do this? Is this for real? Like, are they really making money? So now we're pulling back the curtain and sharing all the things with you. And you know what, y'all? It is the best scary decision I ever made, but it's really not scary, right? Because faith and fear can't live in the same space. And when you step out in faith, we are going to support you and hold your hand and help you every step of the way. So Jen, thank you for letting me share, and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yay. Hey, you guys. That is so awesome. I love hearing Marianne's story. We tell our story so many times, but we sometimes we can feel like numb to it. And so we hope that when we share our stories, it doesn't seem numb. It just seems like our hearts. And this is seriously one of the best opportunities ever. So let me just give you some background of myself. So I've been doing this for 33 months. So I started August of 2018. I know, isn't that crazy, Marianne? So it's almost 3 years. So August of 2018 is when I started. In my former life, I was a pharmaceutical rep. So I don't know if anybody knows that industry, but for me, it was a lot of travel, a lot of travel. I have 3 boys, so a boy mom, and I was traveling constantly. I would sometimes have to travel 3 to 3.5 hours just to get to my territory, and then work all day and then travel 3.5 hours back. And it was a great job. So I thought, because, the pay was good. I had a car that was paid for. They paid for my mileage. They paid for my cell phone, and it was like, oh, this is great. But now fast forward to where I am now, I'm going to get there. I look back and I'm like, that was not all that in a bag of chips. Like, this is where it is at, because I don't have to get in a car and travel 3.5 hours to get to my destination. I just have to walk down my stairs and get to my kitchen or my desk or my sofa or my car for carpool. Like, that's where I work now. But I went through a hard time. So my story started in that, I was a pharmaceutical rep, ended up being able to stay home. We had a surprise third child. Anybody feel me on that? We had oh my gosh, third child. And so I, at that point in time, was able to stay home because my husband had a really great job. And so he was making a 6-figure income, and it allowed me the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom, which was so incredible. So I did just that. And in May of 2018, so just a couple months before I started Plexus, my husband lost his job in one day. And that was the job that he was going to have until retirement in our heads, right? Anybody else plan something out and it just gets totally pulled from under you. And so that's what happened to us. And so at that point in time, it was really stressful because we had paid off so much debt in that previous year that we had only 3 months of living in our bank account. 3 months. 3 boys, family of 5, 3 months of income in our bank account. So every single dollar that went out was not being replaced. Nothing else was coming in. And so at that point in time, we went into panic mode. And all throughout that time, I was on Instagram, and I have a home decor account like Marianne. And so I was following her, and I always saw her sharing this pink drink. And I was like, what is this pink drink that she keeps sharing? She has it every day. And I just became accustomed to it because I got to trust her and know her in her stories. And so it was one day in July, where we had now 1 month left of income in our bank account, where I messaged Marianne and I said, I need this business. Can I do this? And she said, absolutely. And I said, well, what can I earn? And she said, well, you can earn $1,000 this month. I can help you do that. And I was like, okay, well, $1,000 would be amazing. But okay, whatever, like, just sign me up. I need this. So I came from a place of absolute need. I don't know if anybody else has been there or can relate to that, but I absolutely needed this opportunity, and I needed it to work out because I was interviewing for jobs, but nothing was opening up because in that line of business, they don't really hire until the fall. So I knew there was going to be really no opportunity until September or October. And my husband was the same thing. He was interviewing. So I started my business August 1st, 2018. And I did what Marianne told me to do. Like, we worked together. She said, here's what you do. Here's what you need to do. Here's how you find people. And this is the business. And so we did it together. And I grabbed other women who wanted the same thing that I wanted for their different various reasons. And we started this incredible team. And my first month, I always joke and say I did not make $1,000, but I did make $1,642 my very first month with Plexus. And I'm here to tell you, you're going to see in a moment that you can actually make more than that, which is pretty amazing. So Plexus actually has increased their pay as the years have gone on. So you can actually earn way more than I earned in your first month. And so I hope that, you've now heard Marianne's story, you've heard my story, and you might be like, I don't really know if I can relate to either one of those, right? But that's the beauty of this business, is you don't have to fit one mold. Like, you have your own needs and your own wants, and you can go to wherever you want to go. The title, if you got this invitation today, it's Millionaire Mamas. And that's what we're doing for our families, is we are creating $1 million businesses for our families. And, and like Marianne, my husband does not love his job where he is right now, and he can leave. Like, he can leave tomorrow if he wants to, and it's actually something we are in talks about, because he really doesn't need to be working, because we make enough money doing Plexus. And so it gives us options. It is a lot of money that we make, but it gives us options. And these are options that I never had before. I have a son that is a competitive soccer player, and we are able to do private trainings for him. I want to go back to when we were going through a hard time. We were not able to pay to even sign him up. We had to get a scholarship from his club for them to pay for just him joining the club. And now we are able to do private lessons, and to actually, he's going to be traveling the country this summer. He is going to be going to Brazil to play with an academy out in Brazil. And this is something that we would not have ever even been able to consider. They don't give scholarships for things like that typically. So we are able to do things and not even have to bat an eyelash or think twice. He's traveling 3 times this month. He's going to Disney for a World Futsal Championship, and then he'll be in Brazil for the academy. And then they're qualifying for states. He might win states, which is pretty cool. So it's just an amazing opportunity. So if you relate to that, that's just something that, I love to share, because it's super personal. It's not just about, I want to make all this money, even though money is amazing and it does relieve some stress. So I want to share with you guys, just this opportunity real quick, especially what you can earn, because I don't want you to leave here and feel like you didn't learn, you weren't able to see what you could actually make. And you guys are going to laugh, but it is not letting me open it up. Darn it. Marianne, can you pull up I just got a new computer, you guys, so that's what it is. Normally I can open it up.
Your fancy computer.
My fancy computer, apparently not fancy enough that it's not letting me, it wants me to open system preferences. And you guys saw me at the beginning of this call. I just want to show you guys what you can earn this month, and I can talk through it. So Marianne, I'm going to just talk through some of the presentation.
I'll pull up the June graphic. Perfect.
See, this is teamwork. See, we can do this.
Yes.
So I just want to share with you kind of, who Plexus is and what we are. So Plexus, can you guys still see me? Somebody put in the chat, because I have my screen open. Can everybody still see me? Just a yes or no. Awesome. Okay. So Plexus is a health and happiness company. They are debt-free, privately owned. Everything's made here and sourced in the US, which is amazing. And Plexus has a A+ BBB rating. So, I mean, it just doesn't get any better like that. Than that, because you want to work for a company or start a business with a company that is reputable, and Plexus cannot be any more reputable. So what is Plexus? So Plexus has gut health, weight loss, nutrition, skincare, kids essentials, and overall wellness products. So if you've heard about them, if you've tried them, you love them. If you heard about them, you need to try them, because they are incredible. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, why Plexus? I think at the beginning, Marianne asked, who's done an MLM before? And Plexus is the best. I dabbled in an MLM at one point in time, and it was not that great of an experience. It was actually pretty horrific. I will not say the MLM's name, but you had to buy a whole bunch of products, and the products were super expensive, and it was just not fun. And with Plexus, there's no required purchases. You just purchase your own products. You don't have to have inventory. You don't have to do a party. You don't have to leave your sofa. And then also there's no quota, no parties, no quota, no nothing. It is so easy, you guys. It is literally working from wherever. I work from car line a lot, and I work from soccer as well. Like in the soccer field, like when they're not playing or halftime, I can be working, which is amazing. So that is who Plexus is. Let me go ahead and make Marianne the make her the host, and then she's going to go ahead and she is going to share. I'll talk through it, but she's going to share the income, because I want you guys to see what you can make. Okay, so this month, in the month of June, this is incredible. So remember how I said I made $1,462 in $1,642 in my first month? You can earn $2,000 in your first month if you just refer 20 friends. Okay, so you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know 20 people. That's crazy. And you don't have to know 20 people. That's the great thing. You can, refer 5 of your friends, and they might look at that and go, oh, you know what? I know 3. They might look at the refer 3 and go, I know 3 people who want to do this with me for sure. Everyone knows 3 people, right? So my mom will do it, my boyfriend, and my best friend, right? So you could earn $405 just by referring 3 friends. So that's amazing. So you might get a couple people that want to do that. You might want to do that. You might not want to do the 20. You can refer 6 for $710 and refer 10 for $1,150. So here's the thing about that. This is what I want you to think about. I want you to think about, do you share anything? Like, so if you go to the store, like the other day I went to Old Navy and they were having really cute sale on dresses and swimsuits. So what did I do? I went and I told people about that sale, right? Or, oh my gosh, it was so cute. You have to see these dresses in Old Navy. And so that's what we do. That's what we do anyway. We are professional sharers, whether we know it or not. That is what we do. We just don't get paid for that, right? If you go to a movie and tell somebody about the movie, you don't get paid for that. You go to dinner, you tell somebody about a restaurant, you don't get paid for that. With Plexus, you get paid for sharing products that are incredible. And I promise you, that's probably the one reason why people don't get started, is because they're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to love the products. Trust me, you'll love the products. And you have 60 days to try them. And if you don't love them, you can send them back, but nobody does that because they love the products. And you're just going to want to share them because you're going to feel so good that you're going to not be able, you can't not share. That's what it comes down to. So that is the income opportunity just in 1 month. But I do want to share, because Marianne shared, I think we got some big dreamers and doers on this call. But I do want to share that, the person who, when I started, I'm still the same person, right? I mean, that was 34 months ago, but I'm still the same person. The difference is then a dream was a dream. A dream could never come true. It was just like, oh, well, that'd be great if I could do that one day, or if I could do this one day, or, not have to worry about money. But now I tell people, don't dream. Like, I almost don't even love some of the sayings where it's like, dream big and dream that. And I'm like, no, we don't have time for dreaming. Just do it. Just do it and stop dreaming. Because you guys, by knowing that I could do it, by trusting in Marianne and knowing that if she did it, when I started, she was making about $10,000 a month, which is incredible, right? I mean, is that not amazing? Now she's making over $50,000, almost $60,000 a month, right? I am now earning over $30,000 a month for my family of 5, because I believed that I can do this. So if you're sitting here right now and you're like, you know what? No, those girls, they have Instagram accounts, or they have this, or, obviously you could see we can't run a Zoom because I can't even, figure out how to share my screen at the moment, which I do all the time. But, if we can do this, you can do this. You don't have to be special. You just have to have a heart, and you have to have a desire, and do you have to have a need? I think you have to have a need. Does it mean like you have to have a husband that lost his job, or a job loss, or something terrible happened? No, but you have to have a need to want to do better, or to want to, be able to achieve something that you've never achieved before. Your need can be whatever it is to you, right? Or a why, like, why would you want this? Or what would this mean to you? And that right now, right there, if you have that, you can do this, because no one can stop you. There was no one that was going to stop me. And all the other diamonds, I wish I could have shown you, but I was going to show you the promotions in our company, and diamond is the highest promotion in our company. And we have tons of diamonds even on this call right now. And so, you know, it's not just for a select few, because I worked for big, you know, for big pharma, for a big, you know, corporate America company, which there's nothing wrong with that. My husband still works for corporate America. There is nothing wrong with that, but he will never get to the top of his company. Ever. And he probably, I'm biased, but he probably is one of the best and smartest. He probably can hear me, so he's probably smiling ear to ear right now. He's probably one of the smartest people in his entire company. Like, I mean, he has had top of the company come and ask him questions. Like, he is scary smart. But he will never probably be the CEO of that company, or the COO, or the president, or the vice president. Not because he's not worthy, but because that's not how it's made in those companies, right? And so by being here, it doesn't matter if you started yesterday, if you haven't started yet, if you've been here for 6 months, a year, you will get to where we are right now. You will be a millionaire, mama, not mama, man, whatever you are on this call, you can be that person 1000%. As long as you give it your all. And that can be while you're working as a part-time job. It could be wherever you want it to fit in. Okay. But just believe that you can do it and have that desire, and just trust your gut, no pun intended, but trust your gut and just go with it. Because, you know, we shared some big numbers with you guys tonight, and that might be a little overwhelming and a little, maybe even unbelievable. Like, I don't know. I actually thought Marianne was crazy at first too. I was like, she is either like crazy or this is insane. Like, it's one or the other, right? And it ended up that this was insane. This was truly insane, and it still is. And so we just encourage you to go back to whoever you started with, or whoever invited you to this call, and just say, you know, ask them first of all. If you're skeptical, that's okay. Everybody here was skeptical. If we could see everybody's hands, they would all raise their hands and say, I was skeptical. So you can say, I'm skeptical. I think you're nuts, but I want this. And so just let them know, because we are here for you and we will do that with you. We will take you to wherever you want to go. It doesn't have to be 30,000 or 50,000 or 60,000 a month. It doesn't have to be that. It can be, you know, we have girls on this team. I'm looking at some of these names, you know, who want to make $2,000 a month or 5,000, you know, or they want to get to that 10,000, right? And so you can go to wherever you want to, and no one's going to tell you yes or no. You just do it. So anyway, so thank you so much. We're so appreciative for you to be here. Sorry for some of the technical difficulties tonight, but we do these every Thursday. So if you want to hop on another one, next week, it'll be me and my sweet friend, Jenny, who you can see in the comments. We're going to be doing this call next Thursday night. So you are welcome to come to that as well. So anyway, thank you guys so much for your patience, and thanks for being here. Take care.